Forget everything you think you know about mobile games. Raid Shadow Legends is the most ambitious project of 2020 by mobile game. I totally endorse.
Alright, beautiful bro here, and this is another BFME2 cast in 1.9, which is I don't know if I said this before, my favorite iteration of BFME2. But today we have another cast, another replay. Camera's a little zoomed in, which is weird. It might be just the map, but we have a 3v3 on the Shire, and as soon as I saw the map, we had to do it, because how many times do you see a cast on the Shire? But we probably should get into the team. So we've got, in the bottom, Elf Llama Samu. That is the worst / best name ever. So we got the Elves and the Mighty Dwarves by Oh, you know what? You know what? You guys better be esports, guys, because, I mean, I want to see announcers say, and Cowlord goes for the win, because that is just the best name. And to their right, Silver Bane playing as Isengard. And they're squaring off against, in the top, Menji as Elves, another Isengard as Daryl, and another Elf player, so we have 3 Elves as the Glutton. So, yeah, the Shire is a 3v3 map that doesn't get played a lot because of just how small it is, just how clusterfucky it is. There's also 4 outposts on the map, which can really hurt balance if you don't contest the outpost. And this, I think, is just, yeah, just an inn. It's the special Green Dragon inn with a special model, but I'm pretty sure it functions like an ordinary inn. All the layers are on the outside of the map, along with the signifiers. And these do... I mean, the outside is where you get most of your space for eco, but it's also where you can mount flanking maneuvers. Because, as I said, there isn't much space here. Yeah, it must just be something weird with the map that it just wants to be zoomed in, so I apologize for that. It's actually kind of annoying me, but hey, let's just try and push through it. So, I'm going to have to use the faction name, so there's no way I'm going to remember it. We've got Isengard with Wargs. Wargstark is common in non-1v1 games. And debuffed. Oh no, some poor elves got trampled. My heart bleeds. So, what colors? We got... the dwarves are turquoise, and then we've got the elves which are blue. Okay. Just there's so many elves. I'm gonna have to go by color coordination to see what's going on. I have no idea how long this game's going to go on for. This is crazy. This is really difficult to cast. I've never done a 3v3. Alright, so Blue Elf, Llama Samu is just spamming Lorien archers at the moment. But Glutton is just sort of powering through. I think... No, you can probably get the furnace here. Maybe, if the elves can get 1 volley off since they're somehow debuffed. Or debuffed by the Krebine. Nope, that Elven Swiftness kicking in, but Wargs are following suit. There's a lots of battle going on up here. Dwarves going for that early rush. And it seems the other Isengard player too is just also making Wargs. So yeah, it's Wargs backed up by lots of Lorien archers, and then Wargs backed up by some Guardians and some Lorien archers. So yeah, it's weird that in a 3v3 there's only 3 different factions on show. I guess randomness can actually hurt the gameplay in some regards. Alright, so in a 3v3, I think it's very easy to cover your teammates, so the early rush seems to be pretty, well, it seems to be over, really. We saw 1 furnace go down. And what's Glutton doing here? Is he going to build a resource building, or is he going to try and build like another barracks and try and flank? Nope, just a melon tree. Never mind. No more Dick Dastardly. Alright, Llama Sam. You know what? I'm just going to call you Sam, because I can't call you Llama and not laugh. I'm so sorry. Alright, he's got 3 units here. Big man Cowlord is also coming up with some Guardians. And he's got Axe Throwers as well. See, this is where the dwarves really thrive, because, yeah, as I said, they're slow, but they can get Gloin out way faster than other factions can get their heroes out, and Gloin is probably the tankiest, like, cheap lord you can get. So, in this sort of setup, you can really be the game changer. So he's bringing out Uruk Pikes to just counter the wargs, but good luck getting to him. Is he going to go for a war crime? He is! Builders are dying in the Shire. No! Oh my god! When have you ever seen that? 1 HP builder, not even. Probably less than 1 HP, there's nothing there. The dwarves are going for a cheeky flank. The dwarves are actually pretty useful in this outer area, because obviously they can just transport units around with mines. Got some action outside the Isengard base. But I think it's just some Guardians. Yeah, they've got it pretty much under control. I think they did destroy a furnace there. So, a mini win. But not really. Who actually has control of all the outposts? Sam. Sam has 3 of the outposts. Oh my goodness. Alright, his income's gonna go crazy. I'm trying to avoid doing observing actual player. Okay, he's got 1800. Just because there's so many, to cycle through all of them, it's... By the time you get to the player you want, you would have missed something. So Lutz has already come out for Daryl, who's the top Isengard. On half health, but trying to get some cheeky shots in. Starts off with Carnage, which is actually pretty cool, but you have to wait for Cripple. And those are the derpiest looking Rivendell Cav ever. Is it me, or are they not sitting on their horse properly? They look very, very uncomfortable. That's unfortunate. But damn, they have a lot of power. Was not expecting Elven Cav to come in this quickly. And even yeah. Even Mithlons can kill half a battalion, so I think they got buffed, because they were easily the worst pikes in the base game. So the dwarf is just going around gathering creep money. He's lost one of the outposts, but Sam still has 2 of them. He's also got Mirkwood Archers, so he's flexing the economic might already. The other top Elven player, I forget his name, but we're just going to call him Yellow Elf. He's also going for Cav. So the top team is very much going for a Cav-centric strat at the moment. Certainly helps destroying eco because they're so fast and mobile. And I guess the only problem with this is that because Cav are expensive and valuable, you're gonna have to micro them a lot. You have to keep switching between these guys in your base, because you look away for 1 second and they could easily just be cut apart. The dwarves are marching up the middle with the help of Mirkwood Archers. That dwarven mineshaft. See, the outposts have been destroyed. That's actually pretty useful, actually. So Sam is down to 1 outpost. Gloin's going in already. I feel like, even more so than in a 2v2, 1 player goes down and it's real tricky. There is a lot of action going on down here. Oh my god, Sam's Fortress is almost down. Where the hell? They rushed out Treebid? Are you kidding me? Well, Treebid's gone down, but I don't see an Entmoot. Who had the Entmoot? Well, regardless of where the Entmoot came from, it's not in their base. It must be built somewhere else. The dwarves are counterattacking by attacking the base. Menji is getting out Elven Towers. Oh, but a lot of the dwarves have been trampled by wargs. Gloin won't die from a warg trample, but he is low. He is level 5 though, and I think Lutz is probably going to get the kill. If not him, these wargs are certainly going to get the kill. I don't think he's going to make it to the mineshaft in time. Yeah, there's no way he was going to. So let's just have a look at Sam's base. He's had, the modern of them must have gone for a rebuild. Yeah, okay, he did, because his fortress was looking way worse than that. So he's got Legolas with all that money he had. He's got level 5 archers. Alwyn has come out for the top player. She's already level 4, so she's got her Flood, and that's just her leadership. So heroes are leveling up really quickly. Haldera is also on the field, also level 4. How are all these heroes coming out? How am I missing every single one, and how are they all leveling up? This is by far the worst cast ever. I'm pretty sure you guys know more than me at this point. But, yeah. However they've leveled up. The point is that they have leveled up. Bottom team Lurtz is finally out, but he's only level 1, so he does not have Cripple Shot. He needs to level up if he wants to be the perfect hero killer. Walk Trample is doing a number on these axe throwers, but while he's killing the axe throwers, the Lorien archers can just pick him apart. Seem to be rushing the top left base, Glutton. And there's another Halder on the field. See, if the elf player is making nothing but archers and a couple Mithlons just to protect against Cav, then it really is up to the dwarf player to destroy the buildings, because obviously archers won't do any damage to him. And he won't get the fortress, but he did destroy the barracks, and the stables is also really low. Glutton's one and only Haldir is pretty much the only one defending the base at this point, although he does have Thranduil as well. Which, I'll be honest, as cool as Lee Pace was in those films, I don't really like when they... I don't know, I don't really like his portrait in BFME2. It doesn't really suit how I always imagined BFME2's Thranduil. I just always thought it was weird. Let me know if you think the same, or am I just the weird one here? Man, there are units running all over the place. And, oh, he's crippled Legolas, but I don't... If he does Carnage here, it could be the end of Legolas. The only way he can survive is... Well, I wasn't thinking of a big bombardillo, but... Oh, heal plus the Knife Fighter comes out, but he's still crippled. Knocked over by Bombadil. Will he... Oh, Cripple Shot is ran out. Frozen with Devastation. The freeze doesn't last very long. Will he get out? Saruman's into the battle. Oh my god! And Lurtz loses! Bombadil clutch. And Mirkwood archers for the damage. Oh! I think... It was either one of the elves or... Maybe, I think because Saruman's attacks can actually knock back, so maybe that was what knocked him back that finally secured the kill. A massive battle going on here by the elven base. Bottom team, Isengard with dwarves are trying their best. They've clumped up big time. Lurtz is in there. If like an arrow volley comes in, they could be in real trouble because, as I said, they are clumped. But you don't need an arrow volley when you have a big man, Saruman. Wizard Blast, man, Saruman moves fast. Wizard Blast, and oh, rip axe throwers! That hurt my soul, but now he's got the fireball. He's been crippled though. I told you, bottom team Lurtz had to level up in order to become useful, and he did. And he managed to push Lurtz away, but he could not escape the wrath of Mirkwood archers. Yeah, boy, now this game's heating up. Here we go. The calm before the storm. Well, we're storming now. We are storming like... Well, like a storm, I guess. Wormtongue's also here, who, at level 1, significantly reduces speed and rate of fire. So, that's a unique debuff. I don't think anyone else gets minus speed and rate of fire. And Glutton, if this is you... Oh, a battle wagon's coming out. Who is this? It's red. It must be Glutton. You sneaky boy with the Ents. Did a number... Like, rushing Treebit out? That's insane. Where is the Entmoot? It's got to be up here somewhere. Where the fuck is his Entmoot? Does anyone see an Entmoot? Repeat, does... Ah, there it is. Whoa, it's... No, that's, Sam's. Weird. Okay, well, whatever. Where's that battle wagon? The dwarf player was making battle wagons. So yeah, this is, you really need a good APM to play on this kind of map, because as you can see, the battle switches from inside to outdoor, or inside to outer action, outer ring, outside the map, you know what I mean. This area here. Switches constantly, because this is obviously where all the eco goes. Freaking Cowlord, killing builders with battle wagons, close to my heart, a man of culture as well. All he needs to do is trample those laborers and usher in a second age of darkness, and he's good. Another cripple shot come in. This time Haldir is the victim. The lightning signifies that Saruman has been rebought. As I said, I'm not really going to bother checking each player's eco because it is just way too much to check. But when the tier 3s come out, I will start checking each individual one. Alright, so Daryl has got the outpost. He's got Saruman back. He's managed to save... Glutton's Haldir, or not Glutton, Menges. So yeah, he's probably doing pretty well economically. Sam has 2 outposts still. And Mirkwood's are very expensive. Retreat now! Save what you can! And Elrond has actually come out level 4. Who actually gets his Whirlwind at level 5, which is a nice change. Pretty significant buff. 4 heroes are now attacking the bottom left. And nope, they're retreating. And even Saruman is retreating too. So what do we got up here? I always want to check what Sam is doing. He's just sort of creeping and checking for enemy resource buildings. Owen is just sort of pissing into the wind there. That's kind of weird. And the pits of Isengard have awoken. And they are marshalling for war. Although, as I say all this, he's got industry. But no forge yet, so... Not quite at the point in the game where he would get upgrades. Which is weird. He does have Sharku, though. Okay, now I want him to lose. Fuck him. I'm unbiased at all. And I don't know how long they were shooting Elrond before, but those Mirkwood archers seem to do some decent damage to, whatever the fuck this kid's name is again. Glutton, there we go. He's just being a nuisance and capping, Sam's outposts. It's a bit of a fight here. I feel like, Daryl, with all of his heroes, is a really just big threat on the map at the moment. They need to deal with that. Glutton's helping out with Thranduil, who I actually love the effects of 1.9 with his Deadeye. It does like he's just shooting little laser bolts, which is kind of cool. And he's really concentrated his entire base into like 3 square meters. So yeah, they get like a barrage. Oh no, elves don't get barrage. They don't get earthquake either. Okay, well I guess he's safe this time. Oh no, flood would get him. Never mind. Where there's a will, there's always a way. And this blue aura around the fortress indicates that he can heal. So gone are the days of asking your teammate to build a well in my base. You can just sort of upgrade your fortress. And evil factions get a heal in the spellbook anyway. I'm not sure if every faction does. I'm pretty sure they do. Just because healing was always so annoying and a bit one-sided. And taken out by Mithlons and a semi-dead or half-dead Mirkwood Archer. How embarrassing, Big Elrond. Owen just sort of riding around doing nothing. And I see a lot of turquoise, so a lot of mineshafts on the map. Some dwarves here, I wonder what they're doing. Oh, it's the battle wagon still, he's got 3 now. Can't you destroy Daryl's lumber mill? What are you doing? You can do it. Oh, and now Legolas has found you, and now he is not happy in the slightest. I think the highlight of the game so far was definitely that whole fight between Legolas and Lurtz. He did such a good job to kill Lurtz before Legolas died. And look at that damage. Battle wagons actually have really good... And battle wagons are just good in vanilla in general. I've said this before, it just saddens me how bad battle wagons are in every other mod. Actually, in Age of the Ring, when they do level up, they do get the, what are they called? The little spikes on the wheels. I forget the actual name, but you know what I mean. And they're actually really cool. And they improve your trampling. So maybe Age of the Ring gets a bit of a pass, but like, still, best battle wagon is vanilla, everyone knows it. Okay, so there were like 2 early rushes on the bases that I missed. But it seems to have calmed down a bit. And Eregion Forge, he only has 2 actual buildings aside from his fortress outside his base. For Sam, that's kind of weird, but he's obviously going to try and get Silverthorn arrows if he hasn't already. Oh, he has purchased it. Oh, and it's already on the Mirkwoods. Saruman must have died again? No, bottom team Saruman must have just come out, because Daryl's is still there. Daryl has 2 Ballista now. 3 Ballista, a 3rd one's just shown up. If they concentrate their heroes and just cover the Ballista, they could actually have a real good go at this. It's a shame Elrond is dead, because his Whirlwind would be good at just, well, helping with this attack, because he can just deal with so many units at once. I haven't used Elrond in 1.9 that much, but if they did move Whirlwind to level 5, can you still move the Whirlwind, or is... Because what? Level 5 is a bit earlier. Sharky's been crippled. Saruman has been crippled. We have a white wizard fight. And Wormtongue's in there as well. I think, man, I think... Whoa, Wizard Blast does a lot of damage to Wormtongue. Level 3, he could fireball him. No, the heal comes out for the top team to keep their Saruman alive, but Lurtz has found him. 2 more swings should do it. No, he's retreating. Lurtz v Lurtz and Saruman v Saruman. This is what happens when you have mirror match, and now the Eagles come in. Whose Eagles are they? I can't fucking tell. They're not hitting the Ballista, so I think they belong to the top team. I think they belong to Glutton. And this is what happens when there are 3 elves. How do you know what's weird? They're not even color coordinated 1.9. They're just all random freaking colors. But they're hitting the bottom team, so we can just say it's the top team. But that was a pretty epic mirror match. Oh, and there's the Whirlwind. I'm not sure what I think about it being Galadriel's Tornado, if I'm honest. I kind of liked the base. I kind of liked Elrond's Tornado. The Galadriel one just seemed a bit overkill. Just kind of seemed a bit over the top. Which, I don't know. It just seemed a bit weird. And Gimli has been killed. Does the tornado do that much damage to heroes? He must have been wounded before that, because there was only 1 cabin there. Oh man, that came out of fucking nothing. Silverthorn. Oh, but the Eagles are covering. Let us check the tier 3 now. So, Silverbane, which is top... Oh, sorry, bottom right, has got 2 tier 2, Industry and Heal. Cowlord has his barrage on standby. He's got no money, but he did just make Big Daney Boy, who I consider to be the least effective hero. For the dwarves. But it's not to say he's bad, he's just the least effective. Eagles for Glutton and Big Man Bombadillo. Eagles again for Llama. So he used his as well, it seemed. Where did they go? Oh, he's destroying all the siege now. Destroyed all the siege, and the Eagles can actually do a good job against heroes as well, remember. And you can also just destroy the outpost if you really felt like it, because he's not going to get these heroes because they're retreating. And Eagles for Glutton. 2 tier 2. He's 1 off his tier 3 for Daryl, so top team. And yeah. I really enjoyed that mirror match. Well, rip. Bottom team is now counter-attacking. Barrage comes in, flattens a whole bunch of wargs, and destroys all the outer towers. But you can destroy towers yourself. I would. It's much faster to destroy an army with barrage than towers. I'm just saying. But the Eagles are coming. I think the towers. No, the towers are hitting the ground troops. Dane has been stunned by Devastation, but Devastation doesn't actually last for that long. It's more to give you just a little bit of breathing room. Saruman with a really, or Daryl Saruman with a really useful Wizard Blast and Fireball. Actually, I think it was just a Fireball. Which got a lot of units. And that attack stopped really quickly. King Dane is probably going to die here since he's got Thranduil sniping him. Look at the range, look at the distance on that. Nothing King Dane can do to stop that Thranduil. That was master play. That range is insane. Thranduil is worth every little penny now. Saruman went down as well. That's 2 heroes. Oh, but they found him. They're fucking pissed. Can he get a 3rd? He got 3 heroes. Thranduil just slaying play of the game. Oh my goodness. So they charged him, lost a hero, and now there's no way. Yep. Oh my goodness. What was your name? Silverbane? Well, if Silver is Thranduil, then yeah, Silver is your Bane, because he just nuked 4 of your heroes, good sir. They're making Urg Berserkers, which I'm still not sure what they're good at. If they're still good at killing buildings, or if you just use them for their speed to just sort of be a nuisance. But regardless, he's making them. Little attack on the left here, but nothing these elven heroes can't handle. Cowlord not protecting his catapult. Daryl is, yeah, I'd say top team has made better use of their... Oh my goodness! Whirlwind, and just to be sure, they summoned a Watcher. Talk about overkill. I was just about to say, the top team made excellent use of their heroes, and, yeah, at the moment, I'd say top team is winning because just their hero play has been really, really, really solid. You can totally see how MOBAs killed RTS. And you can totally see how the MOBA evolved from RTS, because this, heroes are the real MVP here. And I know it all stemmed from, like, Defense of the Ancients and mods, but they were mods of RTS games, so... It's no wonder, just from playing RTSs in general, that someone thought, hey, why don't we just get rid of all these units and we'll just have the heroes. And this game's just proof of that as well, because these heroes have really been the decider. At least so far, anyway. So, 2 battle wagons, another Iron Hills catapult, Dwarven stonework for the dwarf player. And I would have thought a direct hit with a catapult would do a lot more damage to Saruman, but hey. No, Big Danny boy! You can't let him die again! Oh no, what a waste of money. Even with hold guard stance, he was still taking a lot more damage. I swear when you're running away from the enemy, I swear every attack, or like every unit pursuing him, can attack at once. And that's why they always seem to take way more damage when they're running away. Whereas like if he was to stand his ground, he'd probably be getting hit by like 4 or 5 at once, and not the entire battalion. Level 7 Rivendell Lancers. Oh my goodness. Oh, Gloin! How do I keep missing these heroes? Gloin and Gimli must have just come out the mine shaft and is just wreaking havoc. And this is actually kind of annoying because they were losing the middle, but they are destroying the outer eco, and I'm glad I caught on to this. I wonder how long this has actually been going on. Given how barren this top bit is, it's going on for at least a couple minutes now. Gimli has his leave and is taking a fuckload of damage. Oh. Well, Gloin's level 10, but Thranduil is also there. Man, Thranduil is just OP. He gets Deadeye at level 4. And he can just snipe heroes like that. That's insane. There's so much damage. If you're caught out with your heroes, Thranduil is the frickin' answer, because he'll just nuke him down. And yeah, there are other archers here, but Thranduil was by far doing the most damage. Gloin somehow made it out. You might as well just do a Shake Foundation before you die, dude. He's doing it! Oh! He just saved his, I'm not sure that would have one-hit a level 2 green pasture, but he saved it regardless, which is a pretty big deal, actually. So bottom team, Thranduil's coming out with some Silver Thorns. Basically, whoever can wipe the other team's heroes without losing much of their own army is going to win. And right now, in terms of hero killing, the top team has come out. But yeah, he must have destroyed a lot of resource buildings, because Cowlord has got the Dwarven Citadel. Mighty Catapult comes out from his own fortress, and on a map such as this, he can actually hit the enemy fortress, but decided to hit the army here, but obviously they moved. Oh! Mighty Catapult number 2, which is blue, and he's just firing for the fun of it. So let me just check the powers real quick. Who's there? Silverbane, been losing heroes all day, is still only at tier 2. Cowlord, which is managed to get every tier 1 ability in the game, and Dwarven Riches, is now up to tier 4. Unfortunately, as I said in the last video, Citadel is probably the worst power in the game. But he has upgraded it, so it is a bit of a nuisance, I guess, but the Ballista can outrange it, so he would need to build a catapult in this spot. But yeah, the Earthquake would be by far the better option. Still, okay. Sam in the bottom team has Flood. And let's see what tier 4 Glusum goes with. There's a fight going on here, using the hill to his advantage there. But yeah, Earthquake and Flood, you just combo that on one fortress and you win. That is by far the better move. I'm waiting for Glutton to pick his tier 4. Silverthorn's coming out, doing some damage to their counterparts. Dwarves are full upgraded now with Forge Blades, and no, these units have been converted by Saruman. That's why they're attacking the wrong way. Damn, that was real good play. The Citadel might go down. Is it worth a rebuild? I don't think it's worth a rebuild. It's better to use it for your fortress. Tier 4 still hasn't come up for Glutton, so he converted the allegiance of fully upgraded... Oh my god! Fuck your wounds are deep. There's a barrage coming in. Meteors are flying. And he did use the rebuild on the Zitadelle. Does the Citadel come with anything else, like a passive? It must do. Connects to the tunnel network. That's not that big a deal. Alright, well, Glutton still hasn't picked his tier 4. Alright, the Isengard players seem to be lacking in terms of power points. Eagles and a massive fully upgraded Isengard army is shown up. And there goes the fortress. Did Flood come out? No, Flood didn't even come out yet. And I think Elrond's just died. That was a massive assault, and I'm unfortunately missed most of it. But while they were distracted mid, Silverbane just charged top right. And that really just came out of nowhere from my eyes. He'd been losing heroes all game. But fully upgraded Uruk Pikeman's... I don't know how much he charged with, but hell yeah, he's... Well, that's the fortress gone. Actually kind of annoyed. I was looking at powers while that happened. I do apologize. He's not completely out of this fight yet. He's got 2 buildings left, but it's not impossible to get another fortress out. Not with the way these guys are spending money, and not with all these outposts getting you resources. Actually, I've just noticed the top team's outposts are destroyed. So this is what I was talking about, where the imbalance comes in, because they're getting, what is it, 50 a tick, 25 a tick? Like, a lot of money, and they've got 2 of them now. And I like Cowlord making this forward base here. 2 upgraded Hall of Warriors and the Citadel. So Daryl is trying to make the most of a desperate situation. Level 8 Zaruman dominates what's been used, we saw that earlier. They need to rebuild these outposts, or they just need to destroy the enemies, because the eco difference is insane. 2 buildings left for Menji. And yeah, it might have just been fully upgraded units that made the difference. Because they were equal in terms of heroes, but the upgrades might have been the difference. And look how beautiful, like, Isengard my least favorite faction, but when Isengard is rocking, look how beautiful a fully upgraded Isengard fortress is. Everything running like clockwork, boy. The power of industry. And that should be him out. Does he have any other buildings? He's got 1, that's a melon tree. Something there. Well, I can't quite see what's keeping him in the game. But hey. You know, it's a shame, because they were actually doing really well, particularly Daryl and Glutton with their heroes, as I've said many times. They were doing really well, but the economic difference of the bottom team, they were just able to recover each time and just keep going. Uruk Pikeman with heavy armor and forged blades, backed up by Silverthorn arrows and a couple dwarves. That's a tough combination. These Mirkwood archers still aren't upgraded. Eregian Forge isn't out for Glutton. You can see the difference there. 3 barracks here. He's not messing around with Cav anymore. He's just got his upgrades. We're going in. And Flood comes in on the top base. And look how much damage Flood does. If you had Earthquake, it literally is a wham bam thank you ma'am. Oh, and another Flood, but this time it's Glutton's to destroy Silverbane's army. Some of them should recover. They were upgraded. That's a casualty rate of about 95%. They just went full coronavirus on that. Oh my goodness. But this is the end you feel. The more players you play with, the more it compounds when you actually lose 1 player. Ironhill's Erebor ready to dwarf and moving into position for the bombardment. Thranduil's doing his best, but Elrond is dead. Not sure why it plays that stupid little theme when he dies. It's only Elrond. Thranduil has fallen to Silverthorn arrows, the irony. And Gimli running around like some crazed hobo on crack. And his fortress has gone down too. Glutton, no! Woof! Slow start, awesome middle, and then just as quickly as it was getting going, it just all ended. Oh my god, that was a real fast game, but you don't get to cast 3v3s on the Shire very often, so I hope you guys all enjoyed that, and as I said, I'll try and find maps that aren't always Fords of Isard. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.